Hello from Gardening at Dwensa in Ireland, and you might have guessed already, but this is an unboxing video because I've received a box of plants in the post from Alberto in Italy, and I'm sure you're all subscribed to his channel. In any case, the news is that Alberto is moving to the UK to take up an RHS orchid job at the Botanic Gardens there, and he has sent me a box of plants, so we're going to open it together. And here we go with the box, which I have just opened with the scissors, cut through the cardboard because nobody wants to watch somebody struggling with a very well packaged parcel. And this, I do believe, is a mixture of plants. Now, Alberto did send me a letter detailing some of these, but oh my goodness, isn't this exciting now? Right, so what have we got in here? It's lucky that the weather has taken a cooler turn here in Ireland at the moment, so these plants won't have dehydrated too much. Not sure what it was like in Italy. And here we have a lovely little orchid. Now I know Alberto sent me a Chysis, so maybe this is Chysis. Got the pseudobulb. Looks exciting. If I can work things out, then I'll put the list of plants at the end in this video. So that's that. And wow, look at this boy here. Now this one is a brute. Oh, that's a good trick there with the elastic around the neck of the plant, just to hold it in place and stop the soil falling out, because what often happens is we wrap things up nicely and then the plant gets turned upside down and the soil goes everywhere. So now this, of course, is definitely an orchid, but which one? Oh, Coelogyne flaccida, and it's an enormous plant, absolutely enormous. Goodness. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Alberto said this is one that I can keep in my 5-degree minimum greenhouse. So yeah, it's fantastic. I think this growth here is rotted off a bit. We'll have to do some surgery on that in a bit. But look at the number of pseudobulbs in this. Wow. That is a beautiful specimen to get. Thank you very much, Alberto. Fabulous. I don't need anything else now, I'm cool. Let's put that down here. Okay. Now I see some mold happening here. I guess it's hot in Italy, and I guess Alberto wanted to make sure that the plants would be well hydrated with this kind of damp newspaper. But I'm sure it's nothing that we can't sort out. Now, what's this thing here? Okay, here we have a leaf and a bit of sellotape, which I will just snip with the scissors. See if I can find it. There it is. Okay, this is broken a bit at the top and the leaf has fallen off, but the stem is still intact, so I'm sure we can revive it. But what is it? Hybridus nutabilis. Hibiscus, okay. Right, okay, and I think there was a story behind this. This was the hibiscus that Alberto was gifted by somebody whom I think it had meant something special to, so I'm going to enjoy growing this. I don't currently have any hibiscus, and my son Josh, he claimed one of his favourite flowers at one stage, so I'm very glad to have it. Mutabilis, I think, so it's one where the colour of the flowers changes. So that's super. Now, what's going on in here? Now we have another non-orchid plant, and this I think is bare root. And okay, right, so I presume there are roots in there. The soil has come off, not quite sure what that is, but it looks in good nick, presuming there are roots in there, and actually there are. Look at the thread-like roots. So that'll get potting up this afternoon. We'll just put it down there. And here we have Epidendrum peperomia. So a tiny little one. Look at that. Definitely a miniature. Super thing. Thank you. Now, goodness, so many things in here. Well, this is definitely the most things I've ever been sent. Here we have another orchid, and one with no label. Oh, there's the label, it fell out. Oh, it's an Eria. There we go, and that looks in good nick. I'll pot that up and that'll be grand. We've got some nice new growth in there. So let's put that down here. And move on to this next one. And this is another orchid. And this orchid is, this is an Aspasia, and it looks in very good nick. Now some of the tips of the leaves have gone a bit brown, but sure, they can just be snipped off. And that is a nice plant. That has just the most beautiful flowers. That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Alberto. Really wonderful plants here. Let's put that down here. And that was a sphagnum, just to hydrate that one. I'm going to take the orchids into the house now because it's very hot here and we don't want them dehydrating. Wow, here we go. Still more. Wow. Now, what is this? Right. This is Alpinia. So a non-orchid, and a good rhizome down there with a new eye starting here. So that needs potting up. And I think I'm just going to flick all the debris onto the floor here and put it down here because it's getting very full. Very full, I tell you. Gosh. Wow. Right, here's a... I think I know what this one is. And this one, if I'm not mistaken, is a streptocarpus, or like a streptocarpus, but a species one. There we go. So, there we go. That's the name. And we will put that down there. And very well labelled as well. Thank you, Alberto. Just save me working things out afterwards. Okay, so that needs potting as well. We'll put this over here with her label. Goodness, this is a major mega unboxing. I can't believe the number of plants in here. And it's also exciting because, you know, they're not stuff I ordered myself. Okay, here we have an orchid. And it's got pseudobulbs like an oncidium type. I'm not quite sure what it is, but it looks in good health. No rotting at all there on that one. Very nice. Wow! And there's more. Okay, here's a big boy here. Okay, and this has some leaf damage at the top. That's the name of where it came from, and it's a Maxillaria hybrid. Okay, I have to look into this. I know Alberto sent me a couple of Maxillarias, and I know they can vary. Some rotting here, we'll have to address that. They can vary, but there are some enormous ones, and there are some that are very diminutive and need very high humidity. So I have no idea which one this one is, but it needs a bit of attention, which it will get now. And we'll just put this down on the table and move on to the next plant. Oops. Okay, little one. Oops. Uh-oh. This one is not doing so well. The leaves have all kind of rotted. Masdevallia. Yeah, well, they just like it moist and cool, don't they? I'm not sure how that one is going to do. I will just put it down here for the moment. That's but where it came out of. Okay, another one. Quite hot here in the greenhouse, so I'm going to have to take all these poor plants somewhere cooler now. And another one that is well wrapped. I wonder, is this another Maxillaria? A good substantial plant. Look at that. Although we have some damage here, but I think this one is going to be fine. Okay, that's great. I'm not sure which one that is. I'll have to check the letter that Alberto sent me again. And you'll be glad to know we're getting near the end of this box, because my goodness, I feel like I've been unwrapping for days, and I thought I'd do this quickly before I went to work, but at this stage it looks like I'm going to be late for work. But well, it's a good complaint to have, isn't it? That you're unwrapping so many gift orchids and plants that you missed getting to work on time. Okay, so this is a Maxillaria, and that's the one it is. This one is in good nick, 2 healthy new growths, no rotting, and great. There, you go down there. And then last one. Oops. I don't know what that came off. That's a keiki with 2 roots. I think it may have just fallen out of here. So this is that's what it is. And I imagine that is what we just looked at. I see there are numbers on these, which I think will tie in with the letter that Alberto sent me. sent me. I'll just put that on top now, presuming that that is for there. And well, I think that's it. Although I think there were some seeds as well. Ah, here we go. Okay, now this one here are seeds, okay, that it's a plant I spotted in Greece last year, and if I can find the clip of that video I'll insert it here. But it was just such a beautiful plant and I didn't know what it was, and Alberto ID'd it for me and said he can get me seed, so very pleased with that. And these are the sensitive plant seeds for Liga, I believe. So that's the pudica one, the one that closes when you touch it. Very nice, and you all know Liga's channel. So. And that's it. And wow, that's that's some major unboxing there. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and I hope you'll check out Alberto's channel, and hopefully we'll hear more about his adventures as he moves to the UK. And Italian plant man in London. It's going to be great, and I'm linking to that up above. And well, that's all for now. Check back to see how these plants do. Bye.